Okay guys, it's day 32. As you can see, I'm starting to like sand this part of the floor. I guess the backs are gonna stay, they're not gonna be sanded, but the fronts are, because I bought this with a slightly damaged finish. That's how I got it so cheap, if you remember my previous videos. But I messed this part of the floor up the past like 2 days. I beat the hell out of it, and really messed it up. So I kind of just took it, sanded it, and then after you go over it again, once you refinish it with polyurethane, it'll look better than it did brand new. But yeah, I just sanded it. That's what happens when you have all the screws and random stuff laying around and you're just like walking on top of it. Ultimately I didn't plan on babying the floors while I built this, but if you do plan on building a schoolie and you're gonna install like brand new expensive hardwood floors and you think you're gonna baby them during the build, not gonna happen. Those floors are going to be damaged. So you can see I started building this. I started priming like random things because I had primer laying around and I was waiting for other stuff to dry. So I started priming. I cut in this area is going to be like a hatch right here. So it's going to be the door that flings open, and then I'm going to have like my 12-volt stuff in there. I'm going to run like wires through the studs and then down to my battery bank. This battery bank will be completely sealed off and vented through the wall with like a silent fan, and it'll have another vent area on the other side. So it'll be like a nice cross breeze in there, just blowing it out. I picked up a charge controller for these batteries, not the Trojans. The Trojans are getting the kid charge controller, but for this, while I learned the solar and how to manage my battery bank, I picked up the 30 amp charge controller for the panels. And then I guess like when I want to, I'll just swap out the Trojans and maybe pull out the charge controller and use it for something else. But it was cheap, so it'll be good for this battery bank. You guys seen them probably a million times. Nothing special. Got that part up here. Got my cutoff thing. I'm just gotta mount that. My fuse, my breaker for my inverter. Sorry if you guys have seen this already. I really don't remember my last video. Don't remember what I did, what I didn't do. So I'm just going over what I did, what I feel like I did recently. Yeah, so the batteries are underneath this board over here. You can see my voltmeter. I was testing the batteries and making sure they were like, up to par from when I picked those up. Everything's good on that. Yeah, so this is gonna be like the whole solar area. It's gonna have like, that's gonna be mounted right there, and I guess the charge controller is gonna be somewhere. All these windows are gonna be blocked off, so it doesn't really matter, like with curtains and stuff. But I don't know, charge controller somewhere around here. Kind of wanted to stay close to my batteries, but don't really want it off to the wall. So I'll figure out a spot to put it whatever feels good. I just put this here because this is the one I'll be looking at, and so I put it at face height, But yeah, so wires will be, so the solar panel will have wires. Solar panels are going to be directly above us. The wires are going to come down right between these two walls. So the wires the hole will be hidden behind this thing. So they'll come down in here, and there's like studs in here, and there's a stud down there, but I already have pre-drilled holes. So when I bring the wires in from the top, they'll go right in here, or and then loop back around, or cut out from the back of the wall. I have to drill like holes. I didn't drill holes in the wall because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the thing, but everything. So if the charge controller is mounted here, the wires are just going to come out of the wall and go right in, out of the wall, right in, and everything's going to be hidden. The only thing you'll be able to see is that and the charge controller box, but this wall will be hidden, that wall will be hidden. Yeah, so that's getting done within like the next 2 days. I'll probably have the solar up and running within like the next 2 days. I got aluminum strips to mount the solar on the roof. Did that yesterday. Got some more brackets and stuff at my house. Got to bring over here. But yeah, so solar is going in. Should have solar up and running within the next 2 days. I have everything to do it. I don't need anything, so that'll be up and running. What else did I do? You seen the cabinet doors. I put the drain in. Drain is good to go. It's all properly plumbed in. You can see the plumber's putty around there. I gotta clean it off a little bit better. Then I obviously gotta, you know, finish sanding and then use plumber's caulk around and around the sink. This is the stuff you use. It dries really fast. It's actually way better than the caulk you get in the caulk guns. It works a lot better. It smears better. It's just better. Shower, haven't finished it. I'm just still letting the thin set, you know, harden up and cure. I know I could do it now. It's been way over 24, 48 hours, but I bought the grout. It's just sitting here, and you know, the ceramic tile caulk, sandable grout, you know, siliconized. And I got the white, and then, you know what, as it was sitting here, I was like, you know what, I don't even want to do white on white, as I just don't, I hate cleaning white grout. So I'm gonna do the white tiles with like that DeLorean gray grout, so it'll have like that, you know, like that inner city loft type of vibe to it. But more or less I'm doing it because I don't have to clean and scrub on my hands and knees gray grout. As you do white starts turning yellow, and then I don't know, it's just nasty. I just don't feel like scrubbing tiles on my hands and knees. I'll just put some gray grout. It'll look better anyways. But yeah, so I'm making, like, for this top area, I'm making like a custom, because I don't want to leave any of this. That's why I didn't hardy back this area right here. And that area right there, obviously you can't hardy back it. You have to stop right there. I went as high as you could possibly go. Then the wall starts curving. But you could see the top. That's how I left the top. And I did that because like I'm very experienced in actually doing custom fiberglass molds. So what I'm doing right here is, after everything's in, I'm making a fiberglass mold that will start like right at the top of the tiles, and it'll go up and be molded like silky smooth right into the top of here. Same thing with here. It'll be fiberglass molded right over this, like smooth, and it'll take all this out, take all those seams out. It'll go right up and go right at, take every seam out. So the top will be like a completely butter smooth fiberglass. It'll be all sanded down properly, painted with the right stuff. That way it will be 100% moisture proof. The water can't splash behind anything. As opposed to tiling right to the top. Tiling right to the top doesn't really do you anything. At this point, the tiling that high all the way up to the ceiling is already doing all it's going to do. Leaving seams around, tiling all the way to the top, and then leaving like a tight seam up there. I mean, you can do it. You can get away with it. I'm gonna do something a little bit better for the bus. I kind of feel a little, like, you know, apprehensive to put you know, tile butted right up against all of this bus, because I mean, this bus is definitely going to be banging around and flexing. I just don't want to end up with the edge of my tiles all like right across there, all chipped up and cracked out, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna do like a custom mold on there. It'll come out way better. But yeah, that I have to do after I grout. So once I return this grout and get the DeLorean gray grout, I'm going to, you know, grout this real quick, clean it up, make it look all nice, and then when that dries, and I do all the, you know, stuff on there, I'm gonna custom fiberglass that out real quick. It'll only take a day, but I just feel like it's gonna be way better for that. For this, I cut this in today. So this is a sloppy hole, obviously, but the outside's a nice square hole. Yeah, it's a perfect hole. Everything's done. I just did this real quick because I think it's about to rain, and I don't want you know, to have a giant hole in the back of the bus. So regardless, I'm gonna take a plate, and it's gonna have you know, the holes drilled in it. So the holes will just slide right over each fitting. So it'll have just 3 fittings popping out of a custom made plate on the wall. That was my plan anyway, so I didn't really care about that. I mean, I could always go through and just give a nice square cut, but I don't want to cut any more out than I have to, because regardless, I'm not going to leave it with a square cut in there. It's going to get plated off, and it's going to be made to look nice with trim around it so it looks like a proper, you know, water outlet, not just some not just some ghetto thing drilled in the wall. So yeah, that's getting cleaned up regardless. But the other side of that is all put in. It's all plumber puttied in the outside, drilled in. You know, I let the plumber putty suck all the plate of the, you know, the RV water hookup. I let it suck it in nice and slow all around, doing a little bit on each screw at a time until the putty like gave me a perfect seal. Went around with a razor blade, let it dry. Then I went around it with plumber's caulk. So it came out good. I'll show you guys real quick. And just because. That's it. It's done. Finally done. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, so that's done. Now I don't have to worry about that. So I got my water hookup done. I started cutting a couple lines. This is all about to just get hooked up real quick and be done. I gotta prime this back wall. You know, after I'm done with the shower hookup, which will be, you know, within the next 2 days, 3 days, that will get the other board, and that will get all these walls will start getting painted. They'll start getting capped off. As you can see, I primed this. That's all painted. I did, that's what I did. I did all like the insides of here. They're all, as you can see, they're done. They weren't like boarded up or anything before. Now they're all done. So yeah, like the pantry areas are done. Got to do the shower and then I can do the other side, but I have all the wood here, so it's like nothing. I can throw that up instantly. But I got to start doing all the trims, and it's getting to that point where I'm going to start finishing these areas off. I'm going to do the pantry door next. Like, you know, this is what I'm doing. Like, you know, as I come here, I'll do like this and do that. And then like today I did a little bit of this, a little bit of the solar, a little bit of cutting wood, a little bit of cleaning up this thing and cutting the tops off and getting everything good. And, you know, starting to make that, I do like a little bit here and there so I don't get bored or like tunnel vision on one thing, but that's how I end up getting so much stuff done in one day. Because I'll just go from here to there to there, from here to there to there, and by the end of the day, everything's done. So that's really how I end up working pretty much every time I'm here. So tomorrow, I mean, this will be finished, and that back area will be finished because I'll bang those out at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it's coming along. You can see I put the board up there. This was not like that, I don't think. I don't remember. If it was, I don't remember. But I feel like I just did this. So if you guys haven't seen that, yeah, I put the wood up, cut this box in, put a box raised off of this so I could drill out everything in. It has a little bit of a, you know, place to pull wires or wherever I want to do. But you have to do that because you can't drill in. It'll go through the other wall. So you have to have it raised off. But yeah, I'm going to put a nice door on that. This will be a nice whole solar area. This box will be perfect. Have my batteries in there. You can see. I got my batteries in there. Jumped. And they're no longer 6 volts. They're 12 volt batteries. They're all connected. But yeah, I got the, you know, the battery temperature sensor, the wire for that MT whatever 9050, I don't know what it is. The 30 amp controller. Oh, yeah. So that's what it is. I mean, this is what it is. The sink's pretty much almost done. I'm just waiting on that faucet still. Once I get that faucet in, I'll start, you know, everything right now, as you guys can tell, is just on the edge of being finished. The sink is on it. The sink, the back water, the shower, the solar are all like right on the edge of being done. It'll be like this week, all of them will be done. They'll all be finished, and then I'll be working on the bathroom compost toilet area. So yeah, and then after that, I can start actually getting rid of a lot of this junk that I'm not going to be using anymore and start doing like paint. That's why I started painting. I have, you know, I had primer laying around for a while, and I was waiting for on something else today, and I just started doing that, getting primer on the walls so I can paint very easily, you know, without having the wood soak in all the paint. But yeah, so it's happening, man. I can't believe this came this far. Yeah, a lot of work went into this already. I'm definitely gonna be out of here, hopefully. I'm not gonna say definitely, knock on wood. Anything's wood in here. But yeah, by the end of this month, by the beginning of May, on the road. All right, guys.